And after 3 long days, an uneasy calm today prevails in the national capital. But while Delhiites are still recovering from the shock of the mindset, rioting and violence, the same politicians who abandoned their people in the last couple of days today completely shunned onus, indulging in blatant and shameless blame shifting instead. But there's one man who rose to the occasion, fulfilling the leadership vacuum and assuaging hurt feelings. Before we debate how our politicians have completely once again failed the Janta, take a look at this report.
Three days of rioting, over 20 people killed and 100 anguished cries.
मेरा बच्चा ताहिर खान ने पकड़ा है उसके साथ ने और उसमें कम से कम 50 आदमी थे, सारी पलटन थी। मेरा तो जब पलटा, मेरा एक दो से ना पलटा गया, एक दो के हाथ में मेरा बच्चा ना आवे, मेरा तो ऐसा खेचा।
सब बराबर में सर, यहाँ ताहिर हुसैन का मकान है। मेरे भाई को बॉस 40-50 लड़के ताहिर हुसैन के मकान में ले गए, उसमें ले जाके उसको मारा और 4-5 लड़के और थे, उनको भी मारा सर, और सबको नाले में डाल दिया।
मेरे को मेरा भाई लाके दो, ये मेरा भाई लाके दो, इसमें सब मिक्स है, मेरा भाई लाके दो।
But even as complicity, collusion and confusion singed the national capital, Netas across party lines, who were nowhere to be seen when their people needed them the most, conveniently put the onus on the police.
केंद्र सरकार खास तौर से गृह मंत्री जिम्मेदार है और इन तौर से जिम्मेदारी लेते हुए गृह मंत्री को अपना इस्तीफा देना चाहिए.
Whole world has seen how the Delhi police was complicit in this whole communal carnage which took place.
दिल्ली पुलिस एक्ट 78 के मुताबिक दिल्ली में सेना बुलाने का, एक्स्ट्रा एडिशनल फोर्स मांगने का अधिकार पुलिस को है.
In fact, even the courts pulled up the Delhi police and the politicians, demanding that those in positions of power reach out and instill confidence. But amidst this chaos, there was one man who took charge of the situation. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, spearheading an unprecedented outreach.
ज़रा सा भी कोई तकलीफ हुआ पता नहीं है, सारी की सारी फोर्स अब ये यहाँ पर इसीलिए लगी है ताकि आप लोगों की सुरक्षित किया जाए. आप भरोसा रखिए कि आप लोगों को कोई तकलीफ है, कोई पूछा आपको भी आपके हिसाब से बड़े खबर भी करना चाहिए, पुलिस के साथ ताउन करना चाहिए. कोई तकलीफ है तो आप बाकी हमें जहाँ सर हम बिल्कुल आपके साथ हैं. आपको साथ रहना है कानून हाथ में रहने का अधिकार किसी को नहीं है. आपकी हिफाजत करने का जिम्मेदारी उसके लिए हम हर कुर्बानी के लिए तैयार हैं.
सर आपके होते हुए तो हमें कोई टेंशन नहीं. आप आ गए, हमारे में हिम्मत आ गई.
मैं आई एम स्टूडेंट सर, मैं पढ़ने नहीं जा पा रही हूँ. यहाँ उन लोगों की दुकानें जलाई गई हैं सर गरीबों का इतना लॉस हो रहा है सर. पुलिस आर नॉट प्रोटेक्टिंग देयर सर, वी आर नॉट सेफ. सिर्फ आपसे
told me has been told to me by others also, and I've assured them that you don't have to worry. It is a responsibility of the government, it is a responsibility of the police, and everybody will stand up to their responsibility.
Even as the capital limps back to normal and attempts to assuage those affected are underway, one thing's clear: India's political class has failed their people at every level. Bureau Report, Times Now.
And that brings us to our legitimate question that we're asking this evening. Can Netas shun the onus for deserting the Janta?
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining us on the debate this evening are Amit Malviya, national spokesperson of the BJP. With us from Delhi, Ishkaran Bhandari, advocate, also joins us from the national capital. With us also live at this point of time is Professor Dinesh Vashni, leader of the CPI. Ashutosh, a political analyst, joins us from the national capital. And with us here in our studio is Dushan Nagar, political analyst. Sanjeev Srivastava, senior journalist, also with us on the broadcast live from Jaipur. But on the standpoint this evening, I'm going to go across to Amit Malviya, national spokesperson of BJP, as well as Ashutosh, political analyst. And I'm going to begin by asking you this. Amit Malviya, the question is, can our Netas shirk their onus by sending the National Security Advisor on ground? Why did our Netas not go, Amit Malviya? Your uninterrupted 90 seconds begin now.
Well, Madhav, I don't think that's a fair charge as far as the BJP is concerned, because the BJP legislators were there on the ground, calming situation, ensuring that people don't take law in their own hands, and we were doing everything possible that we could to do and to contain the situation. However, we found that the Aam Aadmi Party, which has 62 MLAs in the newly formed assembly, was completely missing. They had abdicated their responsibility because the situation that was prevailing in Delhi was not just about law and order, it was also about ensuring that the communities come together, they speak to each other, and calm prevails. They absolutely failed to do so. Today, several accounts have come out that the death of IB official Ankit Sharma was at the behest of Aam Aadmi Party cooperator, a gentleman by the name Mohammad Tahir Hussain. Several accounts have been put out, including the family of the deceased, who have said that he was dragged out of their home and beaten by people belonging to the Aam Aadmi Party, to Tahir Hussain. He was taken to his house, beaten, and then thrown in the drain. This is not an isolated instance. Aam Aadmi Party's role in this entire issue of not bringing communities together must be investigated. I must also point out that the Aam Aadmi Party pays a princely sum of 18,000 rupees to all Maulvis in Delhi. Why could they not use the Maulvis to announce from the masjid to maintain calm and peace?
Your time is up. Your time is up. Amit Malviya, it's not just about Maulvis, and it's about all those from all religions and all political parties, unfortunately, in this case, who have been caught out. But the larger question is across the political spectrum, and I want Ashutosh to respond to whatever you just said. Ashutosh, are you convinced with what Amit Malviya is saying? And by saying that, can Netas brush aside their responsibility? Do you think that the BJP leaders actually did enough, as he is suggesting?
See, Madhav, I'm frankly speaking, I'm very, very disgusted with what Mr. Amit Malviya has said. I'm openly saying this, that he is indulging into the communalism again. The point is, today 24 people have died. They were Hindus also died, the Muslims also died. They are all Indians, they are all Indian citizens. And the political class in this country has completely failed us, whether they belong to the BJP, whether they belong to Aam Aadmi Party, whether they belong to Congress Party, or they belong to any political party. What these politicians were doing for the last 72 hours, Delhi was burning when the President of America was here. What the Indian police was doing, what the Delhi police was doing there. The same Delhi police which controlled situation in 3 hours time, why they could not control in 48 hours, why the situation was led to escalate so much. Well, who is to be responsible for this? Is the Home Minister is responsible, the Prime Minister is responsible, Delhi police is responsible, or Aam Aadmi Party is responsible? Who is responsible? People are asking. But unfortunately, we are not. We are indulging into that dirty politics that Aam Aadmi Party is doing, BJP is doing, all those things. Have you heard what the Supreme Court has said? Supreme Court has said, don't make provocative statements, they should be behind the bars. They have given the example of United States of America. The Delhi High Court has named Anurag Thakur. The Delhi High Court has named Kapil Mishra. Delhi High Court has named Pravesh Verma, and Delhi High Court has named Abhay Verma. And he said that Solicitor General should advise the police commissioner to take action and FIR against them. And we are still not talking about that. What we are doing here? Why the reinforcement?
Your 90 seconds are over. Your 90 seconds are over. I want to open this up a bit more and go across to all our other panelists as well. You know, the question is certainly being asked of the BJP here. Ajay Kumar is joining our panel now, spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party and former IPS officer. Ajay Kumar, we began by asking that question to the BJP, and no one is for a moment saying that the MHA under which the Delhi police functions is not responsible. But the fact is also this, sir, that Arvind Kejriwal, being the chief minister, could have gone down to calm tempers to assuage the citizens? Why does that role have to be outsourced to a person like the National Security Advisor? Haven't our Netas completely failed the people of the city? Mr. Ajay Kumar.
Yeah, so Madhav, the first thing is, Mr. Kejriwal has gone and visited all the injured people, all the people who have lost their family members.
Today, sir?
He has mobilized all the members of Legislative
48
Assembly.
hours too late, some would say.
One sec, let me complete, sir. They have been on the ground. No, one sec. Question is, Madhav, just put in for a second, I would request you and all of you that if the Delhi police was reporting to the Chief Minister, then everybody would have been screaming for the blood of the Chief Minister, right? Now, when the Delhi police reports to the Home Minister and the Bharatiya Janata Party, why isn't this logic simply applied? Because it's actually a humongous law and order failure, one. Second issue was, this was like, I was in a previous TV channel, which it was a situation which was predictable. All the provocative speeches, whether it is BJP, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, file FIR, take action. That even Mr. Kejriwal has said. We have said it in press conference. Anybody, irrespective of his political backing, but the BJP will never say it. We have said if you find a single evidence against us, please arrest him.
Let me take that question across to Amit Malviya. Amit Malviya, the police has completely failed. No less than the apex court of this country today came down heavily on the Delhi police, saying that when people are making inflammatory speeches, it is the duty as per the law of the police to press charges against those people, take exemplary action and not allow the situation to spiral out of control. Why is whatever the Delhi police is doing today to ensure peace, whether it's flag marches, whether it's ensuring that PCR calls are monitored by senior police officials, or whether it is using drone cameras, why was all of this not done 48 hours ago, Amit Malviya?
Look, Madhav, if we assume that the violence started 2 days back and spiraled out the way it did, then I think we are being unfair to the kind of onslaught that Delhi has been seeing. This has been going on since mid-December. If you remember the
were
first
the riots not preventable, sir?
Speeches was Amanatullah Khan.
No. For every Amanatullah Khan, there is an Anurag Thakur.
Madhav,
for every Waris Pathan, there is Parvesh Verma also and a Kapil Mishra as well. Do you think that the role of Kapil Mishra was very sterling, sir?
Madhav,
I completely will say that all politicians cutting across party lines have been making inflammatory statements. Madhav, but also charity begins at home. Why was action not taken by any of these political parties or by the police? We've failed the people of the city on two counts.
Madhav, Madhav, it's not fair to castigate the police, because the Delhi police over the last 2 months has done a remarkable job. The situation
is very fluid.
It has been kept so by
the Supreme Court is wrong, sir. The High Court is wrong and the Supreme Court is wrong.
I'm not going to comment on the apex court, but the only thing that I'm going to say, Madhav, is that given the
brazenly saying that the Supreme Court is wrong and the High Court is wrong.
Clearly, the Delhi police had to exercise in restraint, and the Delhi police has done so, even at great cost.
Sir, restraint does not mean sitting on your hands and letting people riot, Amit Malviya. When is that restraint? Why not bring down the strong arm of law and take action? That is what the police is meant to do. This is taxpayer money that is being paid to the men in uniform, not to sit down and look at people rioting. It is to take action against them, sir. And I'm sorry the police has failed on that account. I want to bring in Ajay Kumar and I want to bring in other panelists as well.
Done this. The police has
I'm sorry they have not.
Steps.
Had they done that, 23 lives would not have been lost. 23 precious lives.
Frustrated, violent, downturn, that is...
Madhav, let me say this. Madhav, let me say this. The Supreme Court has very categorically said that the Delhi police did not perform its duty. Delhi police, the Supreme Court has categorically said that the Delhi police has not performed its duty the way a professional police should. It has also said the Delhi police should learn from the London police. It has also said that incendiary remarks were made. If in USA all these people would have been arrested. What the Delhi police was doing today, the National Security Advisor, if they had to go to the DCP's office and sit over, that means he has no faith in the Delhi police commissioner. This police commissioner is an incompetent man and he should be sacked. He should be sacked by now, but he's not been sacked.
He should have been sacked long ago, sir. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, he continues in his seat. Let me take that question across to Ishkaran. Ishkaran, why do we have a person against whom, there have been repeated complaints about the inaction, various acts of commission and omission by the Delhi police. He continues to be in charge of the law and order machinery in the state. And look at what we have lost, what cost has been borne. Not only have we seen the unprecedented spectre of policemen going on strike, where 23 lives have been lost in these riots, sir.
Madhav.
Does that not outrage you as a citizen?
Madhav, it outrages every citizen of India that so many innocents have died. And it can happen to any innocent here. But the problem, one problem we have to understand, from Shaheen Bagh onwards, till an IB officer has been killed, how was that intelligence bureau officer identified? Local mobs cannot find out who is an IB officer and who is not an IB officer. He was dragged from his house. Who identified that the gentleman was IB officer? Only foreign agencies can do that. And were they so much in touch with the people who dragged him out? That all needs to be investigated, because India is facing a war on itself. A Sharjil Imam says, break Northeast off from India.
Okay.
That is war on India. When you are saying, let me finish, I didn't interrupt you.
Yeah, go ahead. Make your point quickly.
From the state says, break Northeast from India. Yeah, break Northeast from India, that is war. And what he said is what Jamia supported. And nobody, and remember this, only after the video came out did people at Shaheen Bagh say we don't subscribe to his views. No person from Shaheen Bagh went to police and said, here is a person propagating, breaking Northeast from India.
Okay.
Nobody from
there. Okay, you made a couple of important points there. Dushan Nagar wants to respond to you on that one. Dushan Nagar, yes, he is responding to you.
देखिए, बहुत ये गंभीर बात है कि एक आईबी ऑफिसर को कैसे आइडेंटिफाई किया गया, तो ये जरूर कोई फॉरेन एजेंसी का भी इसमें हाथ हो सकता है। तो देश की आंतरिक सुरक्षा ठीक हाथ में नहीं है। कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष महोदया ने मांगा है गृह मंत्री का इस्तीफा, अब तो उनको बर्खास्त करना चाहिए। जब हमारे देश के अंदर बाहरी शक्तियां हमारे सुरक्षा अधिकारियों के जीवन सुरक्षित नहीं है उनके द्वारा, यहाँ पे वो ऑपरेट करने में सक्षम है, तो ऐसी सरकार और ऐसे गृह मंत्री, ऐसे सिस्टम हमें नहीं चाहिए। तो मैं तो प्रधानमंत्री साहब से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं और सरकार से, माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदय से, गृह मंत्री जी को तुरंत बर्खास्त किया जाए।
Okay, quick response from the BJP before we move on. Let's Ishkaran respond to that. Yes, Ishkaran.
Yeah, as I said, when you are having, it is very amusing that he agrees to one point that foreign minister of affairs may be having a hand, but does not agree to the other point that as per news report, it was a AAP MLA or councillor or AAP member whose men dragged him out.
आप कॉर्पोरेटर के खिलाफ कार्रवाई कौन करेगा? यूपी पुलिस करेगी, मध्य प्रदेश पुलिस करेगी, गोवा पुलिस करेगी, तमिलनाडु पुलिस करेगी। इस्करण जी ये बताइए, आप लोगों को बहकाना बंद करिए, सीधा पॉइंट पे आइए, कौन सी पुलिस कार्रवाई करेगी? आप छोड़िए आम आदमी पार्टी का, किसी पार्टी का है कॉर्पोरेटर।
अगर आप बात मानेंगे,
सर मेरी बात आप सुनिए ना, आप जवाब दें, लोगों की बात भी करिए ना। हम कब तक कहते रहेंगे फला नेता ने कर दिया, फला नेता ने कर दिया? अरे मैं कार्रवाई क्यों नहीं कर रहे?
सवाल पूछा आपने, सवाल पूछा आपने,
जवाब सुन लीजिए।
घटना हुई है, जवाब तो सुनने दीजिए। जो ये आईबी अफसर को बेरहमी से मारा गया है, इसके लिए अरेस्ट होगा, और मुझे पूरा यकीन है गृह मंत्रालय हो चाहे इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसीज हो, वो इसको अरेस्ट करेंगी और पूरी साजिश का पर्दाफाश होगा, और तब आप आके कहेंगे कि इनोसेंट आम आदमी पार्टी के कॉर्पोरेटर को फंसाया जा रहा है।
इस बात को कोई नहीं कहेगा। आप क्या कर रहे हैं 4 दिन से? फ्राइडे के बाद से लगातार हालात दिल्ली के बिगड़ते रहे और आप टीवी पे ज्ञान देते रहते हैं। आपने गृह मंत्रालय को तो नहीं कहा एक बार की स्थिति को सुधारने का प्रयास करना चाहिए।
Let me go across, in fact, to the AAP spokesperson, who's Ajay Kumar. Ajay Kumar, serious charges being leveled against an AAP cooperator. Would you like to respond to them, Ajay Kumar? Where?
जिम्मेवारी समझिए भारत के प्रति।
एक second, Dushan Nagar and Ishkaran, please. Let's. I have some other panelists also to go across to, but because you've taken the name of AAP, I would need to go across to the spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party, Ajay Kumar. The role of an AAP cooperator is being alleged here by Ishkaran. It has been reported as well, and in fact the family members of that IB official have taken the name of this particular cooperator.
Madhav, the family members have alleged that.
so the
It's
first
not me
thing-
alleging it. Please, let's
If you
clarify the
see-
record. The
I've said
family
that. I've
members have
said that. Yes.
Can I
Who are the
complete?
evidence?
You have
Can I
quoted the
complete?
family members. All right,
Can
I stand corrected. You have quoted the
can
family
somebody
members.
say-
Let Ajay Kumar respond to that.
Yes.
One sec. What? One sec. Yeah. First question is, we have been repeatedly saying anyone guilty, but the BJP will never say it. And Mr. Amit Malviya, my colleague who is on the TV, is one of the biggest peddlers of hate and on Twitter. And he has got the audacity to come on TV channel and say stuff. He's been the BJP IT cell has repeatedly been peddling hate, and they will not have the courage to say arrest Kapil Mishra. They will not have they won't have the courage to say arrest Parvesh Verma. We are saying arrest anyone who is alleged. But this same lady, this IB lady's mother, went to police station after police station. What Indian conspiracy? That Delhi police didn't even register FIR, and you're saying it's a great conspiracy? That the Delhi police didn't register an FIR of missing for this woman, lady. She went, see that video, and you are saying foreign power. Yeah, Delhi police is a foreign power. Why couldn't they register? And Delhi police has tried their best. And they have been overrun because Mr. Amit Shah is is complicit.
Okay, you
Why
made a
don't you
serious...
call the army?
Yes. All
Delhi
right, you made a
police
point. Let them
totally
respond to it. Amit
overrun.
Malviya, quick response from
And
yourself,
the
then we'll go across to
leadership
other
is
panelists as well. Amit Malviya.
No, but
Amit Malviya, please respond. Please respond to Ajay
look
Kumar.
at these people, yeah.
Why did the mother have to run from station to station?
Mother, register file against Kapil Mishra. Register a file against Amanatullah if you have.
Okay, Amit Malviya.
Go ahead and register and take action. But they will never say. Don't arrest Anurag Thakur. Don't arrest Parvesh Verma.
All right. Can I speak, please? Okay. Unlike Ajay Kumar, I would not go down to his level and start making personal charges, because that would be legitimizing all that he said. But having said that, I'm quite clear that the role of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party MLAs and their cadres must be investigated in Delhi riots. Mohammad Tahir Hussein's role in the death of IB official could just be tip of the iceberg. And why I'm saying this is, this entire area of Jafarabad and Selampur is known to be a hotbed of criminal terrorist activities. Several people owing allegiance to ISIS, LET and JEM have been arrested in the past from this area as recent as December of 2019.
Sir, be that as it may, why is the government not cracking down on them? If there are terrorists, put them in jail. Sir, put them in jail. Nobody is stopping you from putting them in jail.
Knows all this,
ensure peace. Ensure peace. That's all that is wanted, sir.
Police and Amit Shah.
Come down heavily on all those who are violating the law.
You know this for 3 months,
ensure that there is peace.
Give one name.
What a joke!
Amit Malviya, please give one name who has been arrested
but we will not
and
take
was
action.
accused
We know it is happening, but we are
Just one at a time, please. One at a time. Let him respond. Let Amit respond. We've asked him a question. Let him respond.
Madhav, Amit Malviya cannot go scot-free like this. Ask him to give one name who has been arrested from Jafarabad who was associated with ISIS. Ask him to give one name.
The agencies
ask him to give one name, Madhav. He cannot go like this. He is spreading lies. He is spreading lies.
Okay, Amit Malviya, since you made the claim,
ask him to give one name.
Can you back up the claim, Amit Malviya, that there were indeed those accused of links with ISIS who were arrested? Can you justify that claim?
You let Delhi burn if you knew it.
I can't hear anything that is being said.
When you allege that ISIS links were found of those staying at Jafarabad, can you back up that claim, Amit Malviya? It's a simple question.
One name who was arrested from this place, whose name was involved into the ISIS?
Oh yes, you should go and Google it out. You will find a lot of news items which list out, and if you want, I can do that for you. There have been several instances that have been done.
Amit Malviya, you are lying. You are lying. You are spreading lies. You are a supporter of Godse. You are a supporter of Godse.
Stop shouting, Ashutosh. Don't behave like an idiot.
Should I churn out your?
Don't behave like an idiot all the time.
Should I churn out your tweet?
And stop shouting.
Okay. Let's not get personal. Let's not abuse each other, please, gentlemen. Let me just come in over here. We need to calm down. We need to calm down and control our tempers. But I want to bring in some of our other panelists who've been waiting very patiently. Gentlemen, let's not degenerate this debate into a personal slang fest. I want to go across to Sanjeev Srivastava, senior journalist who's also with us. Sanjeev Srivastava, the question is this: how did things come to such a pass that our politicians are perhaps even afraid to go down on the field meet people on the street? Because people are so outraged, they're so incensed that it is ultimately the National Security Advisor who has to go and assuage these feelings.
So Madhav, first of all, where compliments are due, better late than never, at least National Security Advisor, like he stepped out on the streets of Srinagar and Baramulla post abrogation of Article 370. At least somebody has woken up and is going out and providing some relief, solace, comfort, security to the people who are really afraid for their lives. Now let's first talk about the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party was too clever by half, and rightly so politically. During the election campaign, they maintained a very studied distance from all sides, from anything controversial, not wanting to walk into any kind of a situation where the BJP can put them into the anti-Hindu, anti-national or whatever box. And they won the election. But having won the election, they are still maintaining a studied silence on everything. They are still not going out to places. They are still not reaching out. Why isn't the Chief Minister, Manish Sisodia, senior leaders, Gopal Rai, why are they not going to the ground? Now, let me complete. But the biggest blame has to be reserved for the BJP.
Okay.
The Shaheen Bagh or any other protest in Delhi for the last 2 months was by and large peaceful. The Delhi campaign, beginning from the Home Minister to Pravesh Verma to Anurag Thakur to the BJP leaders and finally this joker who should be in jail, Kapil Mishra, they all have vitiated the atmosphere to such an extent that calling their statements hate speeches is also an understatement.
Okay.
No, what kind
Let me bring in Mohandas Pai on that. Chairman of the Manipal Global Education who is joining us.
And
Mohandas Pai.
Today it is exploded on the streets.
Right, you made an important point. I will bring in Mohandas Pai on this. Mohandas Pai, in a situation, where of course the elected Chief Minister has to be held accountable. We are not denying that, and we have asked that question of the Aam Aadmi Party. As Sanjeev Srivastava says, when you allow people like Kapil Mishra to make inflammatory statement after inflammatory statement, and after the elections over, continuing to do that. Now there are politicians on both sides who have made inflammatory statements. But this
and the most insignificant.
Yes, and as in fact, the court too has come out and said that when people make inflammatory statements, the police does nothing. What's the message we are sending out, sir? Are we sending out a message that there's no law and order in this country?
Madhav, all of
police is following the political cast. When the BJP top leadership is doing nothing, how can the police dare act?
Okay,
they are serving the.
Okay, you made a point, sir. Let Mr. Pai respond.
Madhav, what we are seeing from the rest of the country is shocking. That in the national capital, there's a total collapse of law and order. Nobody respects the law in Delhi. People can go on the streets, do what they want, make inflammatory statements, and nothing happened to them. Where is the rule of law? I think the rule of law is collapsed in the city of Delhi. The police are not very effective in enforcing the rule of law. The political leadership of all parties are looking the other way. And this scant respect for the law has led to a point of time when the individual can take a pistol and point to a policeman, and he has the guts to do it. In any part of the world, if you point a pistol to a policeman and stand there, he'll be shot to death. You can't do that. So what is the respect for law? Right from the time their inflammatory statement, the Shaheen Bagh protesters occupied the road, a public road, for more than 70 days and nothing happened to them, is an illegal occupation of public space, like the Supreme Court said. Everything is being tolerated, everything chalta hai, everybody can do anything they want, they can go burn a house, they can do anything, the police come late to the day. What kind of a law and order is this? There is no respect for law and order in the city of Delhi. And everybody is complicit. We have to change this totally. Anybody who does hate speech, anybody who transgresses the law should be hauled up and put before the court. And the court has to take a decision.
Right.
Even the Supreme Court sent interlocutors instead of taking a decision on the illegal squatting by the people of Shaheen Bagh. So what is the message you're sending? You can go to any place, squat. I think it's a scant regard for law that has led to this very explosive situation.
Let Professor Dinesh Vashni respond to that. Professor Dinesh Vashni, instead of taking action like it had in previous cases of protests where people block public spaces, today you have a situation where action was not taken on them immediately. So systemically, such kind of protests are being allowed, inaction by the police and inaction by various other institutions. That's the charge coming in from Mr. Mohandas Pai. Would you like to respond to that?
Look, first of all, protesting against any wrong thing is allowed as per the Constitution of India, and everybody has a right to protest. As far as public places logic is concerned, every place is a public place in the country. We need a protesting places. Jantar Mantar can house maximum 5,000 people. No, number two, Mr. Pai, please, I have not interrupted you. Number two, look, Madhav, in this type of violence, we have to see three things. One, why this has happened. This is a fact. This is happening since the election campaign when Amit Shah, the Home Minister, my government, the government of India itself said, इतनी तेजी से बटन दबाना कि शाहीन बाग में करंट लगे. Then thereafter, Anurag Thakur, Parvesh Verma, and Kapil Mishra, and again Kapil Mishra, and again Kapil Mishra. And police, in front of a police officer,
but what about statements from Anatullah Khan? What about statements coming from Waris Pathan?
Why he was not arrested on this spot? Sir? I say whosoever is involved in this violence, whosoever is involved in this rioting, must be punished, arrested. All those who are killed, we have a sympathy.
Let's in fact listen to all those inflammatory statements. Gentlemen, please stay with us. I just want to show our viewers what exactly has been the statements from our great political leaders in the national capital. They are so great that they've actually lowered the bar in this Delhi election from what the expectation of the common citizen, which was as it is so low from them, really is. Take a listen.
और अल्लाह ने फैसला कर लिया है कि इन जालिमों का पतन होगा, इन जुल्म का खात्मा इंशाअल्लाह ओखला से होगा, जामिया से होगा.
ट्रंप के जाने तक तो हम शांति से जा रहे हैं, लेकिन उसके बाद हम आपकी भी नहीं सुनेंगे अगर रास्ते खाली नहीं हुए तो.
अभी तो सिर्फ शेरनियां बाहर निकली है और तुम्हारे पसीने छूट गए, और समझ लो अगर हम लोग साथ में आ गए तो क्या होएगा. 15 करोड़ है मगर 100 के ऊपर भारी है, याद रख लेना ये बात, ये याद रख लेना बात.
देश के गद्दारों को, देश के गद्दारों को, देश के गद्दारों को.
अब देखें कि किसके हाथ कौन किसका हाथ मजबूत है, हमारा या वो कातिल, ये है सवाल.
11 तारीख को भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बन गई, 1 घंटे के अंदर अंदर शाहीन बाग के अगर आपको एक भी आदमी दे गया तो मैं भी नहीं और आप भी नहीं.
Let me go right back to Ishkaran Bhandari. Ishkaran Bhandari, you know, are politicians now so embarrassed to meet the people because of these kind of ridiculous statements that they've made to polarize the public time and again? Not just one or two, but several of them that we just saw made during the political campaign. I mean, you can say that it was the anti-CA protesters who wanted to protest during Trump, but then you have Kapil Mishra saying the very same thing.
Brahmpuri Peace March. We wanted to have a Noor Ilahi, Maudpur, Gokulpuri. The police did not allow.
It's a question to me. Let me answer.
Let Ishkaran respond to that, please.
There are two aspects to it. Thank you, Madhav. Firstly, let us. I firmly.
Mr. Vashri, let him respond, please.
Professor, please have some discipline. It's a question to me.
Police is complicit.
Have some discipline. It's a question to me.
The writers have accompanied the police.
You are an educated man. You are a professor.
Writers.
Professor Vashri, I'm going to lower your fader to the count of 3.
Professor, you have some discipline.
1, 2, 3. All right, we are lowering a fader now. Ishkaran.
Madhav, can you? Thank you. Madhav, 2 points. Firstly, I was amused to hear Professor saying that these Shaheen Bagh type protests are legitimate in a democracy. In a democracy, you protest at a designated spot. You do not block roads. Even if you block a road for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, not for 70 days. Secondly, you do not use infants in those protests. Juvenile Justice Act forbids it. Thirdly, you do not have the organizer saying, Sharjil Imam saying statements like break Northeast. So there was nothing legal about Shaheen Bagh protest. That said, yes, I do think Delhi police failed because it did not take action on these illegal protests and did not break it. Like they got rid of Jafrabad and Chandnagar and other places, they should have done the same thing in Shaheen Bagh. Not let it fester, not let all anti-national elements from across India come there and organize there. They should have done that within the first 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. It is 70 plus days now. So that is a failure of Delhi police. And last point, every elected leader, even unelected leader, anybody in public life should have been in his constituency trying to calm tempers down, and that is across party lines. And those who have not done it, I hope their electorate changes them in the next election.
All right. Ajay Kumar, respond to that. Why were AAP leaders not seen calming tempers, sir? Why were they not seen on the streets doing what they should have done as elected leaders, as those who have taken the oath on the Constitution? Where were they? Why were they missing in action?
So the first question is, I don't know which or where were your cameramen, because all the MLAs, whether it is the Rajya Sabha member Sanjay Singh, whether the Chief Minister visiting people, injured people, talking to people, and some or the other, they are very much on the ground. Conspicuous by their absences, all the Bharatiya Janata Party leadership of the members of parliament to the Home Minister to everybody else.
When you seek accountability, then you toss the blame to the other side. I am asking both political parties who have abdicated their responsibility towards the citizens. Doing it when things come to a pass, when 10 deaths occur, is not enough, sir.
No, one sec. So Madhav, one sec. So Madhav, so hear me out. So hear me out, Madhav. You please put your camera guys with the Aam Aadmi Party.
Sir, they are all there. They are on ground. They are there where the riots are happening.
Every one of them is on the ground.
Unfortunately, the Chief Minister did not visit on ground very easily could have. And that is a fact. I will also ask the same question of Amit Malia about where was the Home Minister, where were the Union Government Ministers who sitting here in Delhi could not do that.
One sec. Madhav, I'll just answer that.
The Aam Aadmi Party the same question.
Madhav.
Being the elected government here.
Madhav, I'll have to answer that. No, Madhav, I have to answer that. Madhav, I have to answer that question.
Can
one
I
second.
please answer that?
One
the
sec.
Aam Aadmi Party has
the
no
Chief
answers.
Minister.
So can I just...
Can I ask the question of Ajay Kumar? I'm going to come up to the rest of you. Let me one second. Dushan Nagar आपसे सवाल नहीं पूछा है. मैंने सवाल अजय कुमार से पूछा है. Ajay Kumar, respond to that. Where was the Chief Minister?
ठीक है. The first question. No, the question is, the Chief Minister visited every injured place and the dead constable's house and other places.
You're repeating that ad nauseum. That was over the last 24 hours.
The police force. One sec. One sec. No, you're not getting it, Madhav. If the Chief Minister goes to a spot and the police gets stretched, no person in modern India, any police guy will ask the Chief Minister to come to a right spot. Because it will also remove resources. You tell me where the riot is happening.
Can I please come?
Will you ask the Chief Minister to come to the spot?
Is that a reasonable explanation?
Can the Prime Minister go to the spot?
Sanjeev Srivastava, is that a reasonable explanation? I want Sanjeev to respond to you. Sanjeev Srivastava, is that a reasonable explanation for the Chief Minister not visiting a sensitive area to calm feelings?
Madhav, you made that point at the very onset, that the political class has failed. My question is, why has the police completely failed us? Why are they wearing bangles? Why can't they register FIRs and arrest people making hate speeches across party lines? Why have they become suddenly so political? Whose orders are they taking? Why are they so subservient? They have sworn to the Constitution of India to uphold the country's law. Where has their sense of probity and responsibility vanished? Somebody has to be accountable, no?
Respond to that, Amit.
So
where is the accountability of the police begin?
Very strange.
Where are we fixing that accountability? Leave alone the political class.
Madhav.
I'm going to get to that after in a bit. But where does the police accountability get fixed? When you have a riot-like situation like this?
Madhav.
No, they should arrest people who make hate speeches.
A point that I made.
Whether it is our party, BJP, Congress,
Arvind
whoever.
Kejriwal, as the Chief Minister of Delhi,
No, answer about Delhi police. Don't try and deflect blame, Amit Malia, please. Please answer the question on Delhi police.
Amit Shah.
No, I have asked the questions of Arvind Kejriwal to the AAP spokesperson as well. Please answer the question on Delhi police's accountability. Where does it begin, Amit Malia?
Madhav, I'm coming to that if you allow me to finish, please. I'm only saying that why did the Chief Minister not call all the Maulvis who he is paying and demand
Let's not make this more communal, please. Amit Malviya, this is not the need of the hour, please. Let's be reasonable and rational here. Why are you trying to further inflame the passions here?
How sad.
Let us not talk in terms of communities right now. That's not what Delhi needs. That's not what the country needs. That is not what the citizens need. I think citizens are fed up of this constant Hindu-Muslim narrative. We do not need that, and I will not endorse that. Amit Malviya, if you're willing to respond to the question on Delhi Police's accountability, please respond now.
He could have used his patronage network to bring the situation under control, which he did not.
Come on.
That is why I'm asking this question repeatedly. It's not inflaming.
It is strange. It is strange that after the city has gone through a communal riot where 24 people have lost their lives, 200 people are injured, we are still talking in such divisive terms. Isn't that, this is something that is completely shocking at this point of time as a citizen. This is what our Neta. I want to get quick closing comments from Mohandas Pai on that. Mohandas Pai, are these the kind of responses that we expect from a political leader, sir? The city is smarting under this entire, under this entire, 3-day-long communal riot.
Madhav, the political leaders are playing politics, blaming each other, trying to score brownie points. They're not concerned about the lives of people. They're not concerned about what is happening in Delhi. They're not concerned about India's image, and that is very shameful. All of them are guilty. All of them should have gone to the roads, appealed for peace, and taken peace marches and brought peace to the community instead of accusing each other. This television debate is another example where everybody is accusing everybody else of being complicit and not saying that the police should take action. The political leaders should empower the police to act, and law and order should be restored, and respect for law should be restored. That is the basic point. There is no respect for law and order in Delhi and in many parts of the country. Political interference has made the police impotent. They're unable to act. They're fully compromised, and all of us are at sea. This is what is going to happen elsewhere if we don't empower the police and stand as one to make sure that law and order is enforced and rule of law is enforced. I mean, this is a terrible state of affairs. It cannot work anymore. Everybody has to come together and ensure the rule of law is enforced all across India.
Right, let me take that question across to Ishkaran. Ishkaran, ultimately the police, and Mr. Mohandas Pai is no friend of the opposition parties, but he's coming out and is being very, very clear here. The police, as the Supreme Court today has also observed, is not independent. It appears to be under some kind of pressure, which is actually not allowing it to go ahead and do whatever acts that it should have to ensure it's nipped in the bud.
Madhav, 3 or 4 days ago, a criminal pointed a gun at a policeman in a riot situation, and later a lot of people were praising the policeman, how brave is he. I felt bad that a criminal can point a gun at a policeman in a riot-like situation and the policeman is not empowered to shoot him back. Any other country, including a democracy, you just take out a gun at a policeman and they shoot you.
You're shot down.
We need to empower our police to do that. And the one defense to not that being done is that immediately that the police does it, you will have human rights wala, NGOs wala filing 20 cases in the court saying police is a brutal facet force. So we need to have a fair view, empower police to take actions. If somebody throws stone, somebody fires bullet, the policeman in charge has to take decisive action. If he does not take decisive action, that is a failure of duty.
All right, it's a failure of duty if the cops have not taken police action. But Dushyan Nagar, क्या यहाँ तक बात सीमित है? I mean, is it enough? Is it enough if we come out and say it in public? But the point is, जब action की बारी आती है, तो क्या action लिया जाता है ground पे?
कोई एक्शन नहीं लिया गया. अब तरह तरह के भारतीय जनता पार्टी के समर्थक बहाने कर रहे हैं. जब 370 चेंज कर सकते हो तो पुलिस के जो एक्ट है उसमें अमेंडमेंट नहीं कर सकते. बहुमत है आपका दोनों लोकसभा और राज्यसभा में. बहाने नहीं चलेंगे. भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार, केंद्र की सरकार पूरी तरह से दिल्ली के लोगों को सुरक्षा देने में नाकामयाब साबित हुई है. अपनी जिम्मेवारी मानिए और दोषी लोगों को, जिम्मेवार लोगों को भी दंडित करिए और पूरी इस हिंसा के लिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट की मॉनिटरिंग में इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए. कहां से शुरू हुई, किसने शुरुआत की और कौन लोग थे जिसने इसको हवा देने का प्रयास किया. देखिए, लोगों को जस्टिस मिलना चाहिए. इतने निर्दोष
Will there
लोग
be a
मारे
Supreme
गए.
Court monitored probe, Amit Malviya? Can you promise that on national television, that there would be a Supreme Court monitored probe to get down to the bottom of the matter, including all, whether it is police officers, whether it is criminals, whether it is rioters, protesters, whoever it may be, politicians, that all of them will see justice? Can you say that on national television?
Half an hour.
Well, Madhav, justice will certainly be done. The modalities of it will be decided basis what is the situation on ground. But at the moment, our priority is to see that those who are inimical to India's interests don't take advantage of the situation. There is no Tahir Hussain again who's killing an IB official like Ankit Sharma. That is our priority right now. And I can assure your viewers that we will get to all these people, whether they are illegally staying in Delhi and indulging in these criminal acts, or these are settlers who've been brought in from across Burma, or anyone else. Whoever has taken law in their hands in Delhi will be brought to book.
कोई आंकड़ा है दिल्ली में कितने लोग अवैध रूप से रहते हैं?
इसीलिए तो अभी कानून आए हैं, इसीलिए तो अभी कानून आए हैं जिसका विरोध किया जा रहा है।
देश को बताइए।
आप चाहते हैं या
मैं नहीं चाहता, मैं ये चाहता हूँ ये भारत सशक्त रहे, समृद्ध रहे, यहाँ के लोग सुरक्षित रहे, यहाँ ये भारत तरक्की करे। मैं ये चाहता हूं, आप ये बता दीजिए 6 साल में क्या आपके पास कोई आधिकारिक आंकड़ा है कि कितने लोग दिल्ली में अवैध रूप से रहते हैं, कितने अवैध घुसपैठिए विदेशी लोग हैं? क्या आप बता सकते हैं भारत को? नहीं बता सकते।
2 करोड़ घुसपैठिए अवैध रूप से
आप दिल्ली की बात करिए, दिल्ली की पॉपुलेशन ही 2.5 करोड़ है।
आंकड़ा यूपीए की सरकार ने दिया था।
अरे श्रीमान जी, मैं दिल्ली की बात कर रहा हूं। मैं आप बताइए, आप दिल्ली में कितने घुसपैठिए हैं? आप नहीं बता सकते। आप सिर्फ ज्ञान देंगे, आप लोगों को धमकाएंगे, किसी पैनलिस्ट को आप इडियट कहेंगे, किसी को बेशरम कहेंगे, आराम से आप अपना आधा घंटा निकाल के चले जाएंगे, अपने बॉसेस को बताएंगे देखो हमने आज पैनलिस्ट को कैसे हड़का दिया।
और इसीलिए आप लोग ये विरोध करवा रहे हैं।
सर, हम विरोध नहीं करवा रहे, हमें इस भारत की एकता से, भारत की अखंडता से, यहाँ की शांति से प्रेम है। हम भारत के लिए खड़े हैं, हम भारत के लिए बात कर रहे हैं। हमें छोटी राजनीति नहीं करनी और ना कोई चुनाव जीतने का लालच है।
नाली में फेंक देते हैं और ये चीजें।
अरे तो आपने कार्रवाई करी, और अभी आम आदमी पार्टी के काउंसलर के ऊपर जो आईबी ऑफिसर का आरोप लग रहा है, अभी उनके प्रवक्ता भी बहुत ज्ञान दे रहे थे, क्या उन्होंने पार्टी से निष्कासित किया? नहीं निष्कासित किया। जय कुमार साहब, मोबाइल में देखिए, बताइए जो आपके काउंसलर के ऊपर आरोप लग रहे हैं एक आईबी के ऑफिसर की हत्या के, आपने क्या कार्रवाई की उसके ऊपर? आपको पार्टी से निष्कासित किया?
जवाब मैं देता हूं, 1 मिनट में जवाब देता हूं। जवाब देता हूं कि दिल्ली पुलिस के डीसीपी ने अपने, अरे तो सुनिए ना जवाब, दिल्ली पुलिस के डीसीपी ने अपने आप जो है ताहिर हुसैन को रेस्क्यू किया था 2 दिन पहले, अपने से डीसीपी ने, और आप लोग अफवाह फैलाते जाओगे तो ये दिल्ली पुलिस से पूछेगा कि उन्होंने 2 दिन पहले ताहिर हुसैन को अपने घर से बचाया कि नहीं बचाया। और अब नेशनल टीवी अमित मालवीय ने झूठ बोलना शुरू कर दिया। आप देखिए, अभी दिल्ली पुलिस के डीसीपी से पूछे कि 2 दिन पहले उसने तो शुरू कर लिया झूठ साज, शुरू कर लिया झूठ साज। शर्म आनी चाहिए, शुरू कर लिया आप लोगों ने झूठ साज।
आप आईपीएस ऑफिसर रहे हैं, राजनीति के लिए इतना नीचे मत उतरिए।
अगर डीसीपी ने उसको बचाया है,
पीड़ित के परिवार की बात
ने उसको बचाया तो ये गलत है क्या?
भावना समझिए, तो आप लोगों की भावना समझिए।
अरे भाई साहब,
आप स्वयं अधिकारी
नहीं, यही दिक्कत है ना,
आप ये देश
जब सब बोलते हो तो आपकी मुंह बंद हो जाती है।
मत बात करिए।
जो भी दोषी है कार्रवाई कीजिए,
जो शहीद हुआ है अधिकारी,
कार्रवाई कीजिए, शर्म आनी चाहिए।
उनकी बात
तो बोल रहे हैं कार्रवाई कीजिए, कार्रवाई कीजिए। अरे भाई साहब, हम बोल रहे कार्रवाई कीजिए। अरे आपको सुनने में नहीं आता क्या? कार्रवाई कीजिए,
सजा नहीं मिलेगी तो उसका प्रतिकार होता है।
अरे आपको सुनाई नहीं देता है क्या
इतिहास में?
कार्रवाई कीजिए।
आपने क्या कार्रवाई की?
भाषण देना बंद कीजिए, कार्रवाई कीजिए।
आज भी आप उसके साथ खड़े हैं, आप नेशनल।
अरे यार, दिल्ली पुलिस कार्रवाई करेगी कि? अरे हम तो बोल रहे हैं, अरे यही है दिक्कत है कि शुरू कर लिया बकवास, झूठ, लगातार झूठ, टीवी पर शुरू कर दिए झूठ
बोलने वाला
जाने का तैयार है। तो इसका क्या इलाज है?
उस व्यक्ति का नाम है अरविंद केजरीवाल।
कीजिए,
झूठ केजरीवाल बोलता, हम नहीं बोलते झूठ।
कीजिए साहब, एफआईआर कीजिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल।
अरे तो
अमित शाह भाग जाएगा, दंगा हो जाएगा, चल जाएगा दिल्ली।
पार्टी के अंदर तो लोकपाल भी है, आपकी पार्टी बड़ी विशेष तरीके की पार्टी है।
अमित शाह क्या कर रहा है?
लोकतांत्रिक मूल्य भी है।
अमित शाह, दिल्ली पुलिस क्या कर रहा है? और हमारी पार्टी
मूल्यों का
और दिल्ली, और हम दोषी हो गए।
सत्ता तक पहुंचना है,
भाई साहब,
सत्ता
भाई साहब, वाह वाह
के लिए कर रहे हैं, जो कुछ कर रहे हैं।
All right, gentlemen. The blame game continues. The blame game continues. The blame game continues, gentlemen. Gentlemen, the political fight continues. Unfortunately, there is no consensus at the end of this debate. I think that's the saddest part of this debate, because the political fight only continues. It's only going to continue in coming days. Unfortunately, that's the reality of politics in India, even after such tragic events take place. I'd like to thank all of you gentlemen for joining us, but we're moving on. Before we end the show today, the blame game continues, but it'll take time for these scars to heal. Times Now's been tracking the aftermath of these riots and the devastation that it has caused. Take a look.
A trail of dreams razed to ashes. After 3 days of rampant blood, bullet and arson, Delhi gathers the remnants of the shattered shards of secularism. Times Now is the only channel reporting from areas which saw the worst of the communal riots.
Smoke is still coming out from these houses which were burned by the rioters early in the morning. So as the area domination continues, the smoke can be still seen coming out.
From Karaval Nagar, we take you to the ravaged Gokulpuri.
That today morning, third attempt was made by protesters to vandalize this market, to set it ablaze. The protesters ran away immediately and they did not succeed in vandalizing it completely.
Even a school in Bridgepuri was not spared.
This is the school office over here, and it doesn't look like an office anymore. Everything has been burned down by protesters and rioters who created mayhem in this particular area.
Flag march by police hopes to restore, if not normalcy, at least peace.
The police has now decided to carry out a flag march. Delhi police personnel led by a senior rank officer along with paramilitary forces are now carrying out a domination exercise in Mojpur.
But the echo of boots on ground cannot wipe the tears of a grieving mother.
उसमें कम से कम 50 आदमी थे, सारी पलटन थी। मेरा तो जब पलटा, मेरा एक दो से ना पलटा गया।
These flames will be doused. But who will quench the hatred? Bureau Report, Times Now.